Hello, stop wobbling camera stand. So this is my video I was going to make the other day, but I was really tired, so I didn't get around to doing it. Of the Midnight Sky edition of the Wandering Moon Tarot. I went for the Midnight Sky edition because although I don't have an issue with the standard edition, this one's really shiny. And I'm a crow. I like shiny things. So yes, hopefully, sorry about the lighting, but hopefully I'll be able to move the cards so that you can see the shiny elements, because there is shiny elements. I'll try not to waffle, because I did start making this and started waffling, and yeah, let's just flip through it and hope for the best. So the box, I got this off Etsy for like £55. There you can see some shiny. The shiny bits are in here on the, no, not on the, well there is a bit on the back. On the front of the box, again in here. So there's a lot of shiny stuff, which is good for me, I like it. So the backs are like this. Decent stock, I think. Shiny sides. That won't be shiny for long because I riffle shuffle, so yeah, that will go. But when it does, I'll probably like edge it in something. It'll take a while to go, but so this is a very minimalist deck. The I will pull the cards up closer to the screen, and I've got some little tea lights going so I can reflect off them. It's a very minimalist deck. The cups have been changed to moons and the pentacles to stars. I personally would have done that the other way around because moons look like coins. So yeah, but that's just my, I mean, who am I to question that? Well, not that I'm questioning, I'm just saying I would have done it that way around. So, let's look at the shiny holographic cards. The Fool is probably one of my favourite Fool cards of all time. And it perfectly sums it up. Some of these cards I'm not sure about the summing up of, but it doesn't matter. The Magician. All minor arcana suits are represented, and elements. The High Priestess. The Empress. Empress, I can't speak. I like that it's a flower in a pair of hands and not a pregnant woman. Because Lord, has that been done to death. The Emperor. So the Hierophant I actually like. And the description in the book isn't like what I see when I look at this. Because this makes me think of the tradition of crowning a king repeatedly throughout the years. And I'm going to cough. That's a bit annoying. Excuse me. I'll mention the book after, I think. So the Lovers. The Chariot. When I first looked at this, I was like, what does that give you of the Chariot with motion? But then if you look at the moon phases here, moon phases, motion. Maybe not quite as good as if there were two unicorns there, but you know. The Justice card has been put in 8th position, which is interesting because not many decks do that these days. If you hear music in the background, it is my other half. And if you hear snoring or farting, it's the dog. And squeaks from my chair. I really like the Hermit card. The Wheel of Fortune. You call that an Ouroboros, a snake eating itself. Strength. Some of the cards are way more minimalist than others. Like, look at the Hanged Man. That is a pretty good Hanged Man to me. The Death card is a skull. Temperance was interesting to me. And I was like, what? That doesn't look like temperance. But in the guidebook it says something about taking like the middle road, which that kind of fits. Like, you're taking the middle road, you're not going to excess or less, you're like in the middle, moderate. I like the devil because we've got our inverted pentagram here and some horns. And the devil is like the Capricorn card, and like that's me. So yeah. The tower looks like a crystal tower being struck by lightning. You can get down for that. The star, reaching for the stars. I can go for that. The moon. When I first saw this sun card, it made me think of being stuck in a tower, maybe like Rapunzel, and having never seen the sun for a long time or ever, and suddenly seeing it through a break in the wall. And I don't know why that made me think of that, but that is what I felt when I first saw it. So here's our Judgment, and Judgment is very plain. Like, really, really plain. And yeah, some of them are better than others. I think some of the minor cards are from the Major Arcana are, God, I can't speak. Some of the Minor Arcana cards are better than some of the majors in my opinion. So this is our first of our extra cards. There are 3 extra cards. New Moon. I can't remember what the book said about it, but it was about like shadow work and things like that, I think. The full moon was about like getting rid of negative crap. Obviously there's more to it, but like, buy the deck. Mine was like £55 on Etsy, direct from the seller's Etsy shop. This is the Wanderer, and this is about like you, like me, who I am, everything about me, that kind of like, this is me, multi-dimensional, multifaceted, yeah, that. So now we're going into our cups, which is, for this deck, my least favourite suit. Well, then again, some of the ones I don't like either, but it is nice. Like, this ace is really pretty. The 2 of moons, remember, were cups, is fine, I guess. The 3 of moons I don't mind because there's 3 moons chilling together in the sky, so that's social. The 4 of moons I don't really get, but I'm sure once I start working with it I'll feel better about it. The 5 of moons is fine because they've dropped their moons through their hands. Things have slipped through their hands, that's fine. The 6 doesn't really give me nostalgia vibes. It just looks like someone holding 2 moons, and there's 4 in the sky. So yeah. The 7 does kind of give 7 of cups vibes because it looks like someone's trying to pick a moon out of those 7. The 8 has a signpost in it, which technically could be walking away from something in a different direction to where you are now. The 9 of moons has several shooting stars, which for me is enough to think about wish fulfillment. The 10 of moons has that, like the 10 of cups usually has a rainbow in it with like people. So it's set in that way like a rainbow would be, but like you've got mountains underneath which solid foundations, but that's not what the cups is about. The cups is about happiness. So I like it, but I don't know if it fits, but it probably will fit when I start using it. So all the pages have leaves or a vine kind of thing around them. So this is a page of moons. All knights have a feather. All queens have a little crown and the element tattooed on the hand. And all kings have a crown, like actual crown. So that is the caps. The swords I think are done pretty well. The ace, and I'm sorry about the lighting, but the lighting is quite subdued in this room. But I did put on tea lights. The two of swords is fine, I think. The three of swords I like because the heart looks more anatomically correct, like it's an actual heart as opposed to just a little red picture. The four, my little stalker, looks fine. It looks like someone meditating outside at night with a bunch of swords, because that's normal. The five looks like a fight, so that's fine. The six is someone walking away. That is fine. Looks like they're like at winter, because like the white makes it look like snow. The seven is basic. The eight, I guess you could see 8 swords being shoved in your hand as limiting you, but like the general idea of the 8 of swords is that you are limited by yourself, not by anything physical. The 9 is fine, like pretty good, and the 10, although I think the 10 of Pentacles is my favourite out of the deck. Like when it comes to 10s, they're stars. This 10 of Swords is a bit like, I guess you could call it bumps in the road, but they're not really in the way of someone. There's a little figure up here, so it could be like that they've got past all these swords to the top of the mountain. That I can deal with, I guess. So here's our page with our writing, not writing, leaves, our feather, our queen, and our king. So now we have our pentacles, our stars. Of course, I love it because it's stars and shiny. So this 2 of stars, pretty fair for a 2 of pentacles. The 3 different hands, I can deal with it. The 4 is grasping, so you can deal with it. The 5, there are stars there, but they're not actually holding anything. So it's like they've got nothing in their hand, but it's right there within reach, which I can deal with. The 6 looks like they're giving away stars. Of course, the 7 looks absolutely fine because it's a tree with stars in. The 8, if you look, is holding a sewing needle. So it's like they're crafting, they're working. It fits. The 9, I guess, can fit. I mean, I like it anyway because it's got nice shiny stars in it. The 10, look at it. This is the 10 of Pentacles. There are 2 people right there hugging under a starlit sky. How better could life be? So here's our page, our knight, queen, and king. So our final suit the Ace of Wands, which is a crystal, the Two of Wands, the Three of Wands I think is pretty well done. Like it looks like you're planning out a route, like there's the route you're taking, setting off kind of thing. The Four is a bit basic. The Five shows conflict. The number that how they've done the Five, it's like, oh, I've won this many matches. The Six, they're top of the mountain, so that fits with victory. Again, the Seven, just like the Seven of Swords, is basic. The Seven of Wands is about defense, so if they'd put like a crystal up here and the others down here, then that would have been a bit more. The Eight I can deal with. 9 is a bit basic. And the 10 does not look remotely like oppression or burden to me. But crystals can be heavy. So there's this Page, our Feathery Knight, the Queen, and the King. So that is the deck. If I just give you a little look through the book, there is information about the creation of the deck. I'm sure there are some spreads. Yeah, there's some spreads. How it's set up is that the first page? Yeah. So here we've got the Lovers. There's a bit about the card itself, like what it's meant to represent, upright and reversals if you use reversals, and then there's a bit about the artwork. So that's how it is, and that is how it is with the minors and pips. There's always a bit about what the actual card itself in tarot means, keywords for upright and reverse, and information about the actual artwork of the card. So that is the Wandering Moon Tarot, the Midnight Sky edition. Excuse me clicking my thumbs. Now that I have made the video, I can actually use it, because I was holding off so that I don't have to put it all back together in one. I like it. This might be what I use for like the next couple of months because it's shiny and pretty. I will probably take time to get used to the pips. I don't really like pip decks, but like, look at this Fool card. I can live with this deck. This Fool card is probably one of my favourite cards of all time, and the Fool is not my favourite card in tarot. So yeah, if you've watched all the way through, thank you very much. Yes, goodbye.